guys, it's your boy, Barca Boy 103. Today we're going to be doing the match preview for Huesca versus Barcelona in La Liga. After a few days of rest for the New Year's, Barcelona are back in La Liga action tomorrow away at Huesca, and it's going to be a very difficult game. And Barcelona need to be on top of their game. Before we get into it, make sure you guys smash that like button. Let's try to get to 150 likes on this video. It'd be very much appreciated. And of course, hit that subscribe button and let's get into it. Now let's start off by looking at the league table. Barcelona sat in 6th place, dropping from 5th to 6th after the last game against Eibar. 15 games played, 7 wins, 4 draws, and 4 losses. Oh my goodness gracious. Barcelona currently 10 points off the top of the table, and Atletico Madrid have a game in hand. So technically speaking, 13 points off the top of La Liga. If you look at our last 5 games, we have 3 wins and 2 draws, which is not that bad. Now, in our last 5 games, we haven't lost. Some a little bit of a positive, but the negative is we have dropped 4 points in our last 3 games from draws at home, which shouldn't be the case. And our opponents, Huesca, are sat rock bottom of the league on 12 points. They've won 1 game, 9 draws, and 6 losses. If you look at their last 5 games played, they've drawn 2, lost 2, and won 1. So they did win their first game in their last 5 games, and that was, I believe, against Alaves in a 1-0 win. Very, very tight game. Huesca are by far the worst team in La Liga, and if we do not win this game, I'm going to be so shocked. I'm going to be depressed as hell, because if Barcelona cannot be bottom of the league, even if it's away from home, if you can't be bottom of the league, might as well just stop playing in the league, play the Barca B team, and just, I don't know, focus on Champions League when it comes around, because there is no point of continuing in La Liga if we cannot be bottom of the league. And this game is so important to win because if you look at our schedule for January, Barcelona play every single game in January away from home. We will not be back at the Camp Nou until January 31st. And our last game against Eibar at home was on the 26th of December, so we will be going 1 month without playing at the Camp Nou. And Huesca is by far on paper the easiest game played. We play Athletic Bilbao, we play Granada, we play Real Sociedad in the Spanish Super Cup. Then we have the final if we beat Real Sociedad, of course. We have Elche away. Then we have Athletic Bilbao at the Camp Nou. So we will be facing Athletic Bilbao twice in the space of almost 3 weeks, which is going to be interesting. But if you look at the fine print down below, there will be Copa del Rey matches in this month. So it's going to be a jam-packed January for Barcelona. A lot of games coming. Hopefully a lot of players can get the chances and get minutes. And of course, the January transfer window will be open throughout this time. So Barcelona absolutely need to win this game in order to, kickstart their January with a lot of games coming in. So it's going to be vital to get the 3 points tomorrow. So let's take a look at Huesca and how they're doing in La Liga so far. On the screen right now, you can see their last 5 games played. Drawing 3-3 with Granada, winning that 1 game 1-0 at home against Alaves, losing 2-0 to Athletic Bilbao, drawing 1-1 with Levante, and then in their last game losing 2-1 to Celta Vigo. I want to show you guys their last games against the big sides in La Liga, of course, Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid. They lost to Real Madrid 4-1, and they drew 0-0 with Atletico Madrid, and that was at their home stadium. So maybe that's a foreshadowing how difficult it's going to be to break down Huesca at their place, because that night it was very, very difficult for Atletico Madrid to get a goal. So if you look at their last game played, they lost 2-1 to Celta Vigo with Nolito and Iago Aspas scoring. That line's on the screen right now. And I have to be completely honest, I have no idea of any Huesca players except for 2, which is Shinji Okazaki, the striker, who formerly of Leicester City, and of course Mikel Rico in midfield, formerly Athletic Bilbao. Those are the only 2, I would say, decent quality players that they have. Of course, Okazaki is probably the one to look out for. He's very, very experienced, number 9, played in the Premier League, was successful in the Premier League, winning the Premier League title with Leicester City. And that's basically my best knowledge on Huesca. They do play the 4-3-3, so they do like to play maybe a bit of open football. They don't play the 4-4-2 that we've seen a lot with a lot of the lower opposition in La Liga. So they do play a little bit of open football, so we can expect that, but they may, all of a sudden change it up because Barcelona are in town and may go with the 5-3-2 or 4-4-2, whatever they do. But the main thing is that Huesca will be a very strong fighting team, and they will not give up. And they're going to be there waiting for us, knowing that we're very, very poor away from home. And they're going to be there, and they're going to be attacking us. So it's going to be very difficult for Barcelona to defend on the night. Now, before we get into Ronald Koeman's press conference, the squad list has been released, and it's on the screen right now. And as you can tell, we will be wearing the 4th kit for this game. Again, wish we wore the black kit, but it is what it is. The squad list is Ter Stegen, Dest, Araujo, Busquets, Alinea, Griezmann, and Pjanic, Braithwaite, Messi, Dembele, Ricky Puig, Neto Lenglet, Pedri, Trincao, Jordi Alba, Mateus Fernandes, Frankie de Jong, Junior Firpo, Inaki Peña, Oscar Mingueza, and Conrad de la Fuente. Now, we did get 3 medical news updates. First one is about Samuel Umtiti. He has some stomach illness and will be out for the game. Lionel Messi is fit for the squad, and he will be ready to play the game against Huesca. And just a quick update on Philippe Coutinho's injury. His operation was today, and it was successful, and he'll be out for approximately 3 months. So we had 2 losses in the likes of Umtiti and Coutinho, but we did have the recovery of Messi back in the squad. Over on the squad list, I'm happy that Conrad de la Fuente is included. My only worry is that we have 3 center backs only in the squad, which probably means that we won't go with the 3 at the back. We'll probably go with 2 and then have one on the bench just in case one of them gets injured. And we're a little bit lacking in that midfield, so maybe the likes of Ricky Puig or Liga could even get a start, or maybe even come off the bench for a little bit more minutes than they usually get. And also, this squad is going to need to be very, very prepared for this Huesca game because apparently it's going to be freezing that day. It's supposed to be like -2. And it's supposed to be a very, very high climax of where the Huesca game is going to take place. So this squad really needs to be ready for this game. Let's get into Ronald Koeman's press conference, his press conference this morning. And before the press conference started, he wanted to say a few words. He started off by saying, I wish everyone a happy new year with a lot of success for the club. I also wish a lot of health, especially for Eusebio. He's a great man and I want to send him all my encouragement to him and his family. Of course, he got the news the other day about Eusebio. He had a fall and he had to be rushed to a hospital. I also wish him a very speedy recovery. He starts off by saying that any game is going to be very, very complicated, especially against Huesca. He said it's going to be a difficult match. He said regardless of their standing and our standing as well, it is going to be a difficult match nonetheless. Talks about Messi how he's fully recovered from his injury and that he trained on the 30th and the 31st. He had a few more days off and there's no more discomfort and he is eager to return. Now he also talked about the transfer window. And he said a few times that if we don't sign, it's because we don't have money. Which means that Koeman wants signings in this January window 100%. He said that him and Ramon Planes have everything prepared for when the president comes in. They said, look, this is what we want. Because there's only going to be a week left in the window when the president comes in. So look, this is what we have. We have everything ready. This is what we want. And then they'll have to, go with the president, of course. He's asked questions about, do you have a little bit concerned that that Messi could, sign a contract with anyone in any second of this, the next 6 months? He reassured us saying that, look, Messi has told everyone that he will not decide anything until the end of the season. So he's in a complete agreement with Messi on that. Also talked about Barcelona's lack of finishing, saying that we need to be more effective. We need to get more goals from midfield. We need to get more goals from set pieces. As that Barcelona created the most chances in La Liga, and yet we've scored one of the least amount of goals in the Liga in terms of the big clubs. He's saying that we really, really need to be more clinical in our chances. Reporter asked him, what do you think Antoine Griezmann, lacks finishing, all that sort of stuff. He's saying, no, it's everyone. We create the most chances, yet we can't score any goals. The next question that was asked was about Luis Suarez. He said that, do you regret selling Luis Suarez? He said, no, I don't regret it. And he said the decision was already made before he came to the club. He said the decision was made between the club and Luis Suarez and that he didn't really have that much intake. But he said, obviously, the injury blows to Coutinho, Piqué, Ansu Fati, and Sergio Roberto kind of highlights that we shouldn't have sold Luis Suarez. At that time, it was the right decision. And he also asked about Messi. Dependency is saying that his team still rely on Messi. Koeman said, in a sense, of course, he's the best player in the world. Take, for example, like if you're on, a school and you're playing with your friends and then you have that one good player. If he's not there, you're going to underperform for sure. He's saying that's why he's the #1 player in the world. Koeman also mentioned that he's very, very excited for the Culés to come back to the Camp Nou. He said right now we can't really think about that at the moment because we have so many games plus the election. So there's a lot of stuff on our plate at the moment. He's hoping that very, very soon that we can see the fans in the stadium. Of course, all of our games this month are going to be away, which means that we're going to have a lot of home games coming up. And he really wants the fans to be there. Now again, he was asked on the winter market saying that, do you expect players to go out on loan? He said, yes, there are a lot of players that don't get any minutes and I expect them to go on loan to get those minutes. And finally, to end the press conference, Koeman was asked about La Liga and what do you think our chances are to win it? He said, we can't lose any more games in the race for La Liga. I think Koeman in the end of that press conference was kind of admitting that the league title now is going to be very, very difficult, next to impossible. He's saying that we're very, very behind, but he said if results kind of go our way, maybe we can kind of claw back. But he said in the next 10 games, if we're still putting the same distance behind Atletico Madrid, it's going to be very, very difficult to win it. And that concluded Ronald Koeman's press conference. Let's get into the predicted lineups. We're going to start off with, of course, Ronald Koeman. I'm going to try my best to predict the squad. The squad is on the screen right now. I do not think that Koeman will go with the back three. I think he will go back to the 4-2-3-1/4-3-3. I've gone Ter Stegen and goal, Dest, Araujo, Lenglet, Jordi Alba, Busquets, Jong, Griezmann, Dembele, Pedri, and Messi up top. Now for the back line, I think Alba will come in for Firpo straight away. Alba's back from his match ban, so he should be good to go. The center back pairing could be, of course, Araujo and Mingueza, or it could be Araujo or Umtiti, but I think he's going to go with Araujo and Lenglet. I think that's what he thinks right now is his strongest center back pairing. Of course, this at right back, no one else. In the double pivot, I've gone with Jong and Busquets. I feel he's going to go with a bit of defensive, CDMs. Pjanic didn't really do that well against Eibar, so I think Busquets is going to come straight back in there. Dembele is going to be on the right after his fantastic performance against Eibar. Pedri on the left with his good performance against Eibar as well. I think he'll drop Braithwaite for Messi. Of course, Braithwaite didn't have the greatest of nights against Eibar, missing a lot of chances, missing the penalty. He did score on the night, to be fair. I do think Koeman's going to drop him. I think he'll put Messi at the number 9 and then have Griezmann in behind or vice versa. Of course, you can line up this team with Messi and Dembele on the wings, Pedri in behind and Griezmann up top. Could be very interchangeable front four, but I think that's what he's going to go with. I think Pedri's been very, very vital to this team with all the injuries and he's been shining. And of course, Lionel Messi back in the team should give us a little bit of a boost. So this is the lineup I think Koeman's going to go with. Let me know what you think Koeman's going to go with down in the comments below. Now I'm going to show you my lineup, what I would do if I was the Barcelona coach. My line's on the screen right now. I've gone with Ter Stegen, Dest, Araujo, Firpo, Jong, Ricky, Puig, and Pedri, Messi, Dembele, and Braithwaite. Now, first off in the defense, I would go with Firpo. He put a great performance against Eibar. I'd give him the confidence that you played well, you're back in the team. In that midfield, I think this is our strongest midfield at the moment. De Jong a little bit behind, Ricky Puig to the right of him, and Pedri to the left of him. I'm going with natural wingers on the wing. You could classify Messi as number 10, but he is probably going to be predominantly known as a right winger. And I've gone with Dembele on the left, and up front I've gone with Martin Braithwaite. I do think a number 9 in this game is going to be very, very crucial, depending on what system Huesca go with. If they go with the 4-3-3, maybe you can, get away with playing Messi. If they go with that 4-4-2 or maybe a 5-3-2 or something like that, it's going to be so important. Of course, maybe you can move Messi to the middle and maybe Braithwaite out wide. That could be a possibility. Or maybe bring in Trincao for Braithwaite and then have Messi more central. But I don't think Trincao has done enough so far to register a starting position. Other than that, I think this lineup would be very, very strong, and I hope that Koeman goes with this lineup. Maybe if you want to put Jordi Alba for Firpo, that's fine. But that front 6 area, I hope he goes with that. I think that is so strong. It'll give a team a big boost. There's a lot of players in that front 6 that will love the club and fight for the badge, and I think that would be very, very important for this game. This is my lineup. Let me know what your thoughts on it. Of course, let me know down below, would you rather go with my lineup or Koeman's lineup. Score prediction time. Trying to predict the score for this match. I do think it's going to be very difficult. Of course, Huesca on paper are bottom of the table, but as we all know, Barcelona away from home, anyone can beat us, and it's going to be very, very difficult. I'm going to go with Barcelona winning this game by 3-1. I do think it's pretty much impossible for Koeman to lose this game. If he loses it, I think the fans are absolutely going to rinse him, and I don't think he'll even survive up until March if he loses this game. This game is pivotal. It's probably the easiest 3 points we'll get in this month of January because we have very, very difficult games against very strong opponents, and he has to win this game. With Messi back in the side and Dembele on form, I don't think Koeman has a really strong chance of losing this game. But he just has to win this game. Whatever he does, he just has to win it. My score is 3-1. Let me know what your score is down in the comments below. That was my match preview for Huesca versus Barcelona. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you leave a like. Let me know your thoughts down below, your lineups. Would you prefer my lineup or Koeman's lineup? And of course, your score prediction. And of course, hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for the live watch along. Come and join me. I'm going to watch the game live and we can watch it together, interact together. You can guys ask me questions, all that sort during the match. A lot of fun. I really enjoy doing it. So make sure you guys come and tune in for that. Followed by my match review after the game, of course. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care and Forza Barca.